Okay, start. Okay, we're talking about the atomic bomb today, short class, forearm on Wednesday, a little bit of extra break, all kinds of things comes into play here. So we're going to talk about the atomic bomb. There will be a couple of real short videos for you to watch as well. Let's see, I think that's about it, okay? No questions, no reading, just watch the videos of the experiments that they do with them, and you should be good to go. Okay? All right, here we go. Yay, us. Did you used to enjoy when I would do the personal touch?
Did you even watch the video?
Avery's like, no, not really. I thought they were very boring and stupid.
He would always say when there wasn't a video, I'm sorry you didn't get to see my enormous
That's right, so you didn't get to see my lovely forehead today. Fortunately, Julia gets to. Like the glare. See? I go outside in the sun, I can blind people. I look like a satellite communication which bounces off, goes into space. All right. No, I'm reading. I'd like to have light on when I'm reading, but thank you. I will let you turn them off when it's time to turn them off. Okay? At the start of World War II, in 1939, the atomic bomb had not yet been invented. Okay? However, scientists discovered about that time that a powerful explosion might be possible by splitting atoms. And this type of bomb could destroy large cities in a single blast and would change warfare forever. Okay, and it did. Albert Einstein actually came up with many of the theories that helped scientists in making the atomic bomb. In fact, when he realized that such a bomb could be made, he was frightened about what might happen if Hitler and Germany learned how to make the bomb first. And they were
pretty close.
Actually working on it also.
They also
Okay.
almost built the sun dome.
Yeah. Sometime, hopefully when you guys hit high school, you get into a little deeper into the Hitler, the Nazi. It was amazing at what this dude had his people working on. I mean, he was ahead of his time as far as some of the weaponry that he was trying to develop. Thank the Lord that he put a stop to it and didn't allow it. But this guy could have changed the world in a horrible way, not a good way. So anyway, Einstein actually writes a letter to U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt telling him about the atomic bomb. And as a result, Roosevelt sets up the Manhattan Project, which is, he pulls together the leading scientists and people to start developing the bomb. Okay, and that's what the Manhattan Project was. The Manhattan Project was named was the name of the research and development program for the atomic bomb. It started small, but as the bomb became more real, the United States added scientists and funding to be sure that we were the first to have the bomb. Okay? Ironically, many of the scientists involved in making the bomb had defected from Germany. When the war broke out, they realized that they were going to be used by the German government in not a good way. And you had a lot of the top scientists actually getting out of Germany. Okay, thank goodness, because they were very instrumental in developing the bomb for the U.S. Okay.
If they did, it would have been bad.
Oh yeah.
Was Einstein American?
I don't think.
I don't think Einstein was part of the Manhattan Project.
I don't think he was. Was he American? No, I don't.
He was actually of German descent.
You know Einstein didn't learn
He came from
until he was
Germany.
like 4.
Okay, well, he didn't have anything to say. Everything was going well up to then. Okay. By the end of the project, funding had reached $2 billion.
Wow.
Not today's money. This is money of 1945. That's a lot of money today. Okay? But there was about and there was about 200,000 people working on the project. So, you know, we think sometimes Manhattan Project, you got 5 or 6 scientists standing around, you know, bouncing ideas off of each other with a, you know, trying to build a bomb. You got 200,000 people involved in this thing. Okay, top scientists right down to everybody. I mean, just anything and everything. That's pretty amazing. Okay? Now, the first atomic bomb was actually exploded on July 16th, 1945. Okay? And it was exploded in the New Mexico desert. Okay? It was a test to make sure that it went off. How does it work? What does it do?
Did a plane
Things like
disrupt
that. Now, they did it in New Mexico because at this point in time, New Mexico is not a heavily populated
Probably in the middle of the
area. And of course, they do it out in the middle, you know, government-owned land, out in the middle of basically nowhere. Because it is still top secret. All this is secret, although it's hard to hide an atomic bomb going off. The explosion was massive and was the equivalent to 18,000 tons of TNT.
What?
An equivalent of 18,000 tons of dynamite.
36,000
They're
pounds.
really not that big.
So imagine an
They're like
elephant
10
has
feet.
18,000.
10 feet long.
That's
Yeah.
36,000.
Now this one I don't know. But hey, listen to this.
18,000 tons of TNT?
18,000
That's like
tons, that's 36,000 pounds.
Exploding.
Okay. But listen to this. Scientists figured that the temperature at the center of the explosion was 3 times hotter than at the center of the sun.
Wow.
What?
How is that possible? It just is.
Because they're using the
Science.
same thing.
Okay, because they're using the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
what was
so-
inside the bomb? Was there like gas or anything in the bomb or anything?
It's like what the sun does. It's like splitting out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got nuclear fusion going on. You got hydrogen, you got oxygen, you got all kinds of things in there that is creating this massive explosion.
And how big was the bomb like?
I don't know how big this one was. The one we dropped is like 10 feet long. And
Oh, so they were pretty big.
Pretty big.
Wait,
But this right here, this is why it's not necessarily the explosion. I mean, obviously, if you're standing near it, the explosion would kill you. But it's that aftermath. This thing blows up, and it's just like, and it's just this massive aftermath of radiation and basically wind and stuff. And that kind of heat. If you're standing there and that kind of heat hits you,
You just get a
you're just not there anymore. It doesn't blow you up. It basically melts you. You're just not, you disintegrate. You're just not there anymore. Okay? You're just not there. Okay? So it's pretty massive. Okay, so although the scientists were happy, hey Lily, although the scientists were happy with the success that they had made this bomb, thank you, dude. They were also sad and fearful. Okay? The bomb would change the world and could cause mass destruction and death. When President Harry Truman heard of the bomb's success, he actually wrote, "We have discovered the most terrible bomb in the history of the world."
Which
Okay,
was
so they were happy that they were the first to get it, but at the same time it saddened them that they have now created something that could destroy the world.
yeah.
Okay? Yes, Caleb.
Two things. Wait, Hart said it was 36,000 pounds.
Yeah, 18,000 tons. That's
2,000 pounds.
2,000 pounds a ton.
It's like,
Be
No,
36,000.
that would be 300,000.
No. 18,000 times 2 kilos is 36 tons.
Yeah.
18 times 2.
2,000 is a
Add the
18 times 2
zero.
is 36.
Add the zero.
Yeah, then you add the
then you
zero.
add a zero.
Then you add the zero.
A ton is more than 2 pounds.
2,000.
Oh my gosh, Caleb,
2,000.
Caleb, not math class, dude. Okay? Okay? We're talking about the bomb. Okay? It was massive. It was horrible.
that's what
Okay.
we're doing.
It was more than 36,000 pounds. Again, I misspoke. I apologize if I have tainted your entire thought of atomic bombs. I'm sincerely sorry from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so now when you go home tonight, understand that it's going to take more than,
Therapy.
30, yeah, it's going to take more than,
Do we still
more dynamite to create the atomic bomb that you're creating in your basement. No, Caleb's right. It's like, I guess that'd be about 360,000.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, be about 360,000 pounds of dynamite. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. Decided to drop the bomb. By the time the first atomic bomb had been made, Germany had already surrendered in World War II, and Europe was over. Japan was defeated as well, but would not surrender. The U.S. was contemplating invasion of Japan, but the leaders were feared. They kind of figured that anywhere between 500,000 and 1 million U.S. soldiers and Allied troops would probably be killed if we invaded the mainland. Because remember, we had talked before, Japan had no intention of surrendering, so they had armed men, women, children, anybody that could fight was going to fight. Again, very honorable death before dishonor. I mean, that was the whole thing. So Truman decides to drop the bomb instead.
Which
Okay,
was
instead of
smart.
sending, yeah, and that's, they talk about how it possibly saved 1 million lives, but at the same time, it did obviously do quite a bit of
Was Hitler still
devastation.
trying to figure
Okay.
out the bomb? Oh no, Hitler was dead.
No, Hitler had surrendered by this point in time. All right, so we dropped, the first one we dropped is called Little Boy, okay? It was over 10 feet long and weighed about 10,000 pounds. It actually had a small parachute. When it comes out of the plane, it's got a small parachute on it that helps slow it down.
Well, it's
Okay,
10,000
it doesn't come just floating down, but it slows it down so that plane can get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, because they have tested these things and they see this how huge this mushroom cloud and how quickly it will spread. And they know that they will wipe that plane out if they're not careful. So they've got to give the plane that drops it time to get away.
I'd be so scared.
Okay? Oh yeah, that'd be a little scary. And then of course 3 days later we dropped the other atomic bomb, which they nicknamed Fat Man. So Little Boy and Fat Man, that was them. Okay? And of course that does force Japan to surrender. The leader of the Manhattan Project was a guy named J. Robert Oppenheimer, who is often called the father of the atomic bomb. Probably not something he was super proud of. Proud of his work, not particularly proud of being known for that. The first bomb was made of uranium. The second one was plutonium, which is just a better, more powerful uranium, is all that is. They estimate about 135,000 people died in the first explosion and 70,000 in the second.
135,000 in one bomb?
In one bomb. 70,000 in the other one, and you're going to see why. You also got to understand, when these things goes off, the cloud that is spreading, a lot of radiation, it can actually infect or contaminate soil to the point that nothing will grow there, or you can't grow anything in it like food for like 200 years. Otherwise, you could be poisoning yourself.
With radiation.
Yeah, the radiation of it.
That's crazy.
And the radiation poison will kills a lot of the people. That even if the blast doesn't get them, the fallout a lot of times will.
Because they have
Okay.
to leave their house.
Well, wasn't that a great way to end it? Okay, bye.
Would it take them